I hope you can hear sound now. Please let me know if you can. Or we're at 3-0 for Bolivia. And how about that for an ace serve from Moscoso? 4-0. Landa, forehand pinch. 0 serving 4. Keller and Moscoso were Pan Am silver medalists, if I remember. That's the Pan Am Games. These championships are used to qualify players for the Pan Am Games. Qualify teams, rather. Keller crushing it down the middle. Next Pan Am Games will be in Lima, Peru, 2019. Moscoso, beautifully done. Backhand pinch rollout. Clever from Moscoso. He's going to get a better look here. Wow. Bolivians just really powering it. Oh, beautiful hands. Gutierrez followed that ball around, took it on the forehand. 4 serving 1. Keller missed the first one. Might have had the second, just messed it. Mexico now in the box. Landa to serve. Looks like a Z serve. It's a good one. Keller puts it in the floor. Good hands from Landa. Oh, unlucky from Gutierrez, but Moscoso showing a little control. Second server, 2-4. Oh, great cover from Landa. But Moscoso, wow, what a shot. Landa really did well to cover for his partner, but Moscoso just rolled that out. He's on fire right now. Four, serving 3. Not really sure what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Maybe somebody can explain on the feed in the chat box. Terrific serve. called. Landa's not going to like that. He doesn't. He says it was too high. Doesn't matter how high it was. And consistency, he does call the avertible hinder. I thought Moscoso was clear there, but you can make your own minds up. At least give him credit. He made the same call and it's tight. Moscoso lets it go and drills one into the front wall. Half out. Oh, Gutierrez trying to go between his legs. Cinco tres, 5-3. Oh, ace serve. Jam serve from Coco Keller. Moscoso knows he made the wrong shot choice there. Half out. Skip ball from a serve. Unforced error. Landa sticking with that Z serve. That'll be a second serve. Stays in bounds. Gutierrez, no mistake. This could go all the way. We could have a long match in store tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. Ooh, nice hands from Landa. Flipped it into the right corner. Great serve. Moscoso does well to get it to the backcourt. Landa to the ceiling. And Moscoso cross court to the right side. It looked like it skipped. 6-6. 6-6. Moscoso wants to shoot this. He doesn't. Landa wants a replay. He's not happy right now. This is where the referee needs to say, look, it's my call, let's just go. If I got it wrong, sorry. Let's move on. We don't need a long discussion because he's not going to change his mind. Beautiful from Moscoso. He's playing much better than he was earlier today. Seemed a bit out of sorts, especially in his first game against Ubilla from Costa Rica. That time not able to control it. And a skip from Landa. He should have done better there. Wasn't a great serve. Alonda just thrashed at that ball. It bounced out, which means it's a replay. Kind of get the feeling that was just a frustrated swing more than anything. Did it on purpose. Look at where Gutierrez is standing on the right. Very unusual. Moscoso got that all wrong. Gutierrez really didn't hit a good pinch. Got away with it. 6-7. Coco Keller tried to go behind his back. Great shot from Moscoso, forehand. Mexico argue he was way over the line. I'm not so sure. Difficult to see from here. Oh, great get from Roland. What's the call? Looks like a replay. And a broken ball. We'll replay that. Just a reminder, we have one more doubles match coming up, which you will want to stay for. Costa Rica against Ecuador. Men's doubles. Still 7-7. Surely an avoidable hinder. Oh, replay called. So, it looks like the Mexican coach, Aaron Palomino, is saying something about the string on Moscoso's racket. I'm not quite sure. Skip ball. Good pick up, Gutierrez. Honda gonna shoot this. Oh, great get. Surely this time an avoidable hinder. It's not, it's a replay. A little surprise there. Gutierrez was right in the way of both of them. Oh, maybe justice is served. Finally, Bolivia get back in the service box. 7-8. 7-8. Bolivia take their first timeout. They have 1 minute. We'll see what they can do as they serve. 7-8. I'm joined by Laura McCormick, who will be assisting with the broadcast later next week. For her, Laura, what are your thoughts so far on this match?
You know, so far I think it's been a really interesting lineup. I like seeing Gutierrez and Landa playing together. It's my understanding that they used to play together years and years ago, and now it's nice to see the duo back again. And pretty tight. Like, what a way to start off our first night of doubles.
Absolutely. I mean, we couldn't ask for better matches today, considering it's a round robin. What group they're put in is based on 3 years worth of results by the country, and so for some of these countries, they end up in a position where maybe you normally wouldn't expect them based on this year's results. But adding those 3 years together, and we find ourselves with some really excellent matches today. Wow.
I really like seeing the power matchup on the left-hand side with Conrado Moscoso and Alex Landa. That to me has been really interesting so far in this match.
And I think really this match is going to be won or lost on the right side. Gutierrez and Coco Keller. Coco, you know, is usually behind his brother and Moscoso in the singles. But he and Moscoso played really well together and did so at the Pan Am Games, as I mentioned earlier. Serving 8. Should be a replay, I think. So here's an interesting thing, right? If Keller takes that shot and hits Gutierrez, you're looking at an avoidable hinder. So you got to appreciate the fact that he held up there and accepted a replay, and really he could have really hit Gutierrez and got himself a rally-ending point as a result. So
we chalk that one up to good sportsmanship from Bolivia.
Absolutely. Looks like Keller's changing his racket. Looks like he's got a broken string. Long match considering we're only at 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough matchup. Two strong teams. Long history between the players. I guess though, if we're talking about overall seasoned ability, it would go to Team Mexico.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gutierrez and Landa, a little bit older, have seen more pressure like this. The younger team, Bolivia. Moscoso just finished up his last year at Junior Worlds. Is that correct?
Moscoso was 2014. He lost to Mercado in the final. But certainly Gutierrez is the oldest of the four, and I remember him playing for Mexico in the 2012 World Championships. So he's got lots of experience, and yet if you look at Moscoso, he was in the final of the Worlds in 2014 and the semifinals last year. So he definitely has the experience as well. I think most people would probably recognize the Mexican pair just because of their contributions to the professional tour.
Right.
Whereas the Bolivians, they don't play on the tour as much, probably just because of how far away they are from Mexico and USA.
Absolutely.
Keller skips it again. 9-8, 9-8. Oh, great hands from Gutierrez. Landa. Finish. Oh, that's smart. Smart from Landa. You saw how he took off the pace of that ball. Just played a controlled shot down the line instead of just hitting it as hard as he could.
It was like a foot short for Moscoso.
Both Landa and Moscoso played singles earlier today. Moscoso won 2-0. Landa was taken to a tiebreaker. I believe it was Perez from Dominican Republic.
Nice.
Won the first game and Landa regrouped and closed it out in the tiebreaker. Serving 9 after that mini timeout. That'll be a replay. It was close. Gutierrez needs to get out of the way if he's going to serve that. But really, Keller set up Landa on that. Keller knows only one speed, Laura. Hit it as hard as you
All
can.
the way.
Of course, then he hits a soft ceiling ball. And when he does it right, it works very well.
And the acoustics in here are pretty incredible. Just hearing the way these guys smack the ball is remarkable.
It is. They hit it so hard. Nine serving 10. Oh, Skip. Groans from the crowd.
That's going to tie it up 10-10.
Look at how wide his stance is when he serves. It's very unique. And then he pulls his right leg into his left. That's twice Keller's tried to do that. Big skip from Moscoso. Two in a row.
12-10.
I feel like Bolivia are trying too hard almost. But they get lucky there. Moscoso apologizes. It wasn't a great return. heard the crowd on that one. Reverse pinch, forehand to the left side. Sidewall, front wall, rollout.
So fast. He just hits it so hard. 10-12.
Oh, great hands. Gutierrez, pinch winner. Doubles is much more of a game of runs where a team can gain several points in a row because they have both servers. Hasn't really happened in this match though. Really staggered it, maybe 1 or 2 points here or there. We haven't seen where these two teams have, won 5, 6 points in a row. Moscoso changes his stance. Z-serve. And he does that. So Mexico now serving 12-10. That's good from Keller. Wide angle to the right side, round to the back. Second server. High lob. And Keller messes up the ceiling ball. Two points away from this first game. Oh my goodness, that's bad. They need a timeout. It's 14-10, but they're not going to take one. Keller needs to regroup. And he skips another. So Mexico win the first game, 15-10. Players get 2 minutes. We'll see what Bolivia can come up with in game 2 as they regroup and try to take this to a tiebreaker. And here we go for game 2. Just a reminder, coming up next will be what I would consider quite a spicy match, Laura, between Ecuador and Costa Rica. Michu, Fernando Rios, and Jose Daniel Ugalde for Ecuador. And for Costa Rica, Felipe Camacho and Fumero.
Yeah,
and those two are quite interesting when they play together. We've done some interviews with them over the years about how they interact with each other, and it's pretty fun. So we do hope you stick around for that. We'll leave the feed on while they warm up. Meanwhile, Bolivia get on the board first, thanks to Gutierrez's skip off that serve. 1-0. Landa takes that on his forehand, goes behind Moscoso's back on the left side. Landa really messed that one up. Keller did well to pick it up off the floor. 0-1, second server. Replays the call. That's better from Keller. Goes cross court, left side wide angle. Could be a replay. That time Keller did get it behind his back. It's Gutierrez. Apology from Keller. Much better serve that time. Well, Polo went to the left side. Moscoso thought a pinch was coming, and he overcooked it. Good shot that time from Keller. 2-0. Nice play from Gutierrez. He's a smart player, Laura.
He is.
Most people consider him unorthodox. Why is that?
I know a large part of that is due to his grip. It's really hard to read his grip. He kind of has an untraditional hold, so that's an added thing. But I think he has power, but he's not the most powerful player, and that's where his smarts really come into play.
Well, we have a contentious decision here. Look at Gutierrez. He's not happy with it. But you know what? I have to agree. Gutierrez was right in the way. It's considered blocking. Failure to move. It's a half out. Again, what's the call? It'll be a replay. But it's that situation. The replay versus avoidable hinder is the most contentious issue. Always is. Yeah. But part of it, I feel, is that the players may not understand the rules themselves. You know, if we surveyed the players, how many of them have read the rule book?
How many of them know that they just put out a revised rule book at internationalracquetball.com?
That's right. And so it's important to know the rules, and the same goes to the coaches. It can serve to your advantage if you do know the rules.
Absolutely.
you know, players can get upset because they think that they're not being treated fairly. But in reality, the referee is correct, and so they lose it, and then they lose a few points because they're upset, simply because they didn't know the rules.
Well, and actually, Conrado Moscoso was a victim of that earlier today in his singles match. He was warming up on the court without his eye guards on. Excuse me. That's an automatic technical, and that puts you back a point.
And actually, the U.S. women's doubles team did the same thing this evening and found themselves starting -1.
Right. That's tough. You don't want to start with a negative, for sure. Good to know the rules.
But what's amazing to me is that these players have played these tournaments for years, and yet they're still doing very basic mistakes like that, where everybody knows you're expected to wear your eye guards in practice, during timeouts, anytime you're really hitting the ball. Oh, nice get from Keller. We're still at 0-2. Nice win for Cuba in the women's doubles. They defeated Venezuela. It's great to see Cuba here. We haven't seen a representative from Cuba since the Pan Ams in 2015, where they actually had a male reach the quarterfinals.
Nice.
They had a delegate come to the World Championships just to visit, and so it's great to see they brought a strong contingent to this tournament, so it's great to see Cuba back in the mix at the Pan Ams.
Ooh. Big skip from Keller.
Two. Mexico won the first game, 15-10. Now it's 3-2. Finished by Keller. I hope you saw that little jump from Landa where he jumped up on the sidewall to get out of the way. That was pretty awesome.
A little semi-Spider-Man there from Alex Landa. Well, talking about athleticism, which obviously all of these players have, but I know for a fact Alex Landa and Roland Keller, Coco Keller, are both huge CrossFit fanatics. So they are super into their fitness, and it's definitely visible on the court.
Oh, great catch. Oh, I thought he got that. That's unlucky. Very difficult to see from the angle that our referee from Costa Rica saw it.
3-3.
Moscoso's consistently hit that drive serve. I can't say it's been very effective on that left side. I'd like to see him try something else, just to make Landa do something different, even if it's that. And you can see, although he skipped it, he had the opportunity. Whereas that drive serve just seems to come back at him as hard as he served it. Oh, dies in the corner. It is great to see these two teams competing in the first day of round robin. After Tuesday, when players get a day off. Wow, from Keller, just wow. They will come back and play in a single elimination bracket and the seeding for that bracket is based on how well they do in the round robin. So they're not out. If Bolivia or Mexico lose this, I don't know what happened.
I think that was weird.
Well, I think Keller thought that
something was down, or
yeah,
the
it
serve
was down,
good,
and so he just stuck his racket out.
Yeah.
It's a good job he did because the referee didn't call anything.
So a replay?
That looks like it's going to be a replay. I don't think anybody knew what happened.
Right up, 3-3. Point for Bolivia makes it 4-3.
Mexican team always check to see if it was a good shot with the referee, even when they know it. Well, Landa
Kind of stopped playing on that.
really, well, he hit it through Moscoso's legs. But what I didn't like about that is his attitude afterwards, which was just, you know, he pushed Moscoso, and that's just unacceptable. The reality is he's been in the way a few times himself.
Second serve. Oh, it's a point. Score is 6-3.
It's getting a little testy in there. Replay called. So let's see if Moscoso does anything different.
Well, he's
He
not
is.
in his
Oh,
drive.
no.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
All right. That's preparation.
And watch his right foot go over to his left. Very wide stance. I think we had a broken ball. The only way to check for a broken ball is by squeezing it. If a player hits it afterwards, then whatever the point happened before stands. So
It's another good rule to know.
if you suspect the ball is broken, you need to squeeze it rather than hit it. 6 serving 3. Replay. Lots of replays this evening.
So it's still 6 serving 3.
That was tough off the back glass. Reached a little bit of a stalemate here. Great shot from Landa. Moscoso was over to the right.
It'll be a point for Mexico. It's 4 serving 6.
Referee just asking them to check the floor to make sure it's safe. shot from Landa. You see a lot more of those around the world shots, the high Z shots in doubles. Just like that. Finally, Moscoso rolls one out. Fist bump scream from him. Still at second server, still 5-6.
But as you mentioned, Tim, we're not seeing too many runs in this match so far.
Not at all.
Probably no more than 2 or 3 would count as a run.
I really like that from Moscoso. It's such a hard shot to do, but if you do it, if you run up and attack that instead of letting it bounce and come to the back court, you take your opponents completely out of position. Oh, great
nice
get from Keller. Landa goes down. Oh, I think he's hurt.
Ankle,
It's his ankle. Well, I hope he's okay. Well, he's up on his own.
Not sure if he came into contact.
Well, I think when he turned,
yeah,
his foot just slipped. Doesn't look to be too serious.
It was good to see he could walk it off. He's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing how few injuries we do see, considering the speed and the turning and the twisting that the body has to do in racquetball. We rarely see ankle sprains or anything knee related. It's pretty amazing.
It's true. Thank goodness for that. So the score is 6-5.
These courts are very fast. Cement walls, humid conditions. You see so many ceiling balls come off the back wall. And really, you want players just to take a little off depending on what country they're from, because they may be playing at sea level in cold conditions. And so they come here and, oh my goodness, the ball just flies. Versus, you know, somebody, for example, from altitude, where this may be a little bit slower to what they're used to. Has to be an avoidable hinder. There shouldn't be an argument. That's very clear.
I think Team Mexico is definitely frustrated though.
And you watch Gutierrez, he just gets stuck and he doesn't know what to do. Scooches to his left right into Moscoso. Really a good call there.
7-5.
Reminder, we have one more match coming up. Ecuador, Costa Rica. It's going to be loud, Laura. The Costa Ricans today have been in full voice. They've had mixed fortunes here on this show court. So let's see what the call is. Looks like a replay. Again, it's that situation where if Moscoso swings and hits him, it's hard not to call an avoidable hinder. So what the referee is doing right now, and each referee will have a different opinion here, but what the referee is doing is basically forcing. Oh, great pickup.
Sets up Gutierrez.
What the referee is doing is he's forcing the players to really swing, because they're not getting the call. So next time they're going to take a swing.
That's what I was thinking. At what point as a player do you just keep swinging?
Yeah. And the problem with that is, you know, as a result, maybe somebody gets hurt. And so that's the judgment call of the referee. At what point does it become a safety holdup versus an avoidable hinder?
It's all tied up 7-7. Looks like Bolivia calling the timeout.
Indeed they are. 1 minute, 2 timeouts per game.
It's an interesting dynamic from the coaching side, I guess, on Bolivia. It's Conrado Moscoso's father and Roland Keller's brother, Carlos Keller.
And we see them at pretty much every tournament.
Right, right.
You know, Moscoso's senior is here coaching his son and the doubles team. Over on my right, it looks like input from multiple people as well. So this game could go either way. We're tied at 7-7.
Yeah, so this is game 2, tied at 7-7. Mexico won game 1 15-10. And like you said, anything can happen. I mean, it's very similar to what we saw in game 1. It's very close, no runs. It's anyone's guess. And it's so early.
I didn't say anything can happen, Laura. That's your phrase, not mine.
I'll whip it out.
I'm sure we'll hear it a few times this week.
Sure, we'll get to know that phrase very well throughout the week.
It wouldn't be you if we didn't hear it on the first day. We enjoy the commentary here, and we hope you enjoy what we bring for you. Oh, great hands, Gutierrez. And another great get, Moscoso. It has to be unavoidable. No argument. Wow. If you watch, Gutierrez really isn't jumping that high. He's right in his way. I don't think I would be a popular ref with the Mexicans this evening.
We'll let them get away with those. Well, now Mexico in the lead, 8-7. Oh.
The claim here is that Moscoso said that Landa hit his racket on the backswing. He tried to go back and hit Landa, so he couldn't hit the ball.
That's what it looked like to me.
It looked very close, yeah.
Well, but that was a point for Mexico. It's 9-7.
Through the legs from Landa, Moscoso. Wild from Landa. And he just misses it.
Well, that's 3 points in a row now for Mexico, 10-7. I feel like 10 is sometimes a magic number. You get to 10 and you're only 5 away now.
66% of the way. And that was smart from Gutierrez. Didn't hit it hard. Again, we go back to what do the Bolivians do? And it's power. They play with power, and if you can have that change up,
yeah.
There's a great example where Moscoso's just hitting it as hard as he can. I think Landa got that.
Serving 7, second server, Polo Gutierrez.
There's a nice touch from Moscoso.
Point for Bolivia.
One thing the Mexican team hasn't done very much of is skip the ball. They've played pretty clean. At times it's a bit wild. It's some crazy shots, but they're not giving the Bolivians points. Good get from Landa. With his chance, puts it down cross court.
Nice. Nicely executed. You know, you were talking about unforced errors and making those skips, and I feel like that's something that you see a lot in more experienced players, is that knowledge that it's not all about power, and sometimes it's about having your opponent make those mistakes. You don't have to be the most powerful person.
And one of the great examples of that, especially in doubles, another errant shot there from Moscoso on the left. One of the great examples of that in doubles is the Mexican women's team. Longoria goes to the ceiling so much in doubles because she's going to be patient. She's going to be patient, and she's going to wait for her opportunity because she knows I'm more consistent, I have a higher percentage. And so, okay, hit another shot. Okay, hit another. Oh, look, you skipped it for me, thanks.
Right.
Rather than feeling like she has to win every point.
It's a valuable tool to know that, to be able to have that working for you against your opponent. 11-8 Mexico right now. Oh, makes it. Oh.
And it hit Moscoso on the way back. That's unlucky. Nice to see him being picked up by Gutierrez.
That'll be a point for Mexico. 12 serving 8. Solo Gutierrez serving. Of course, they have to check the floor. It's pretty late now in game 2. These guys have worked up an incredible sweat. They're leaving their mark on the court.
Yeah, this is a tough match, and if Mexico win it in 2, it's not over for Bolivia. They may have a more difficult path to the final, but it's not impossible. But we see these two teams playing again on a week Saturday, a week today.
Right, this is the round robin part of the event where players and countries are being seeded during this time, and starting on Wednesday. That's when we'll go into the different draws in the playoffs, essentially.
That's correct. So we got some questions earlier about, why are we seeing these two great teams playing each other, and why did we see Gaby Martinez playing Longoria in the first day in the first group? And the answer is that it's not based on the player, it's based on seeding of the teams over the last 3 years. And so Guatemala have not been in the top 4, and so they don't sit in the number 1 seed in one of the groups. And as it would have it, oh, there's a good pickup from Keller. He saw that one. Wow!
What a smack from Landa!
Look at how Landa walks to the front.
Another point for Mexico. 13-8. Gutierrez serving.
2 points away.
Another holdup.
Yeah, Gutierrez, he plays that really close. And again, somebody not as nice as Keller might swing through there and might hit him. Again, Moscoso, they're just hitting it hard. They can't put the ball down. It's coming off the back wall. Mexico right now are winning in the service box. Match point, 14-8. And there's the match, everyone. Mexico beat Bolivia 15-10, 15-8.